Hello boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the Malaysian Grand Prix here at the Sepang International Circuit. Not so far away from Kuala Lumpur, I think. Not too sure. I can't remember where the location is. We are here for qualifying for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We're around 11 out of 16. Going to the crunch time of the season. It's still a very close championship. Though it looks like Jordan's running away the team championship if Renault's team can't keep up. Drivers' Championship is very, very close though. Very close. But we are running through qualifying here for the Malaysian Grand Prix. So dry qualifying sessions are 142.4 at the moment. Pole position for Matsakane. Padis has put himself into second place, under a tenth behind. But Della Rosa has managed to find a gap in between them. 3/1000th of a second is the gap between Matsakane and Della Rosa. Matsakane has just improved his own time. He is just under a tenth behind Della Rosa. Got 27 minutes left of the qualifying session. Takane has just improved his qualifying time, but he's run out of laps now. Fisichella's run out of laps and he's down in 9th place. Diniz is up to 7th, he's run out of laps. Quite a lot of drivers have 2 laps to go. Della Rosa. Oh, Alonso's lost his front wing apparently. But Alonso's apparently out now. Jordan of Button's got himself into 3rd place. Della Rosa improved his lap time there, but didn't improve on his position. Is Della Rosa going to improve? No, he did not improve his lap time. Della Rosa stays in 2nd place. Is Button going to improve? No. Button does not improve his qualifying position. I think he improved his time though. I think that's going to be it for the qualifying session. Button's not going to complete his laps. So it's Matsakane on pole, Della Rosa 2nd, Burton 3rd, Panis 4th, Hill 5th, Coulthard 6th, Alonso 7th, Diniz 8th, a lazy 9th, and Michael Schumacher's in 10th place. Fisichella 11th, Webber 12th, Barrichello 13th. Then we've got 14th Frenton, 15th Raikkonen, 16th Sato, 17th Schumacher, 18th Young, 19th Hakkinen, and 20th, and bringing up the rear is Juan Pablo Montoya. They are your top 20. For the Malaysian Grand Prix, famed for unpredictable weather conditions. It's going to be staying dry throughout the race. Unpredictable weather conditions here in Malaysia. 1 minute it could be raining, 1 minute it could be sunny, and the next minute it could be absolute thunderstorms. It is Alex Young's home Grand Prix. Can he do well in front of his home crowd, the enduring Malaysian crowd? As we are ready for the lights, and they are away. They are away. All 20 cars have gone off the grid. They're jostling for single file line positions for a very tight 1st and 2nd corner, and it looks like it's going to be Della Rosa taking the lead for Matsakane. Round turn 2, another tight hairpin. Della Rosa takes the lead from Matsakane. Button is in 3rd place. There is Button, Panis 4th, Hill 5th, Coulthard 6th, but they're side by side. Alonso 7th, Schumacher 8th, Diniz is down to 9th, a lazy 10th, Fisichella 11th, Webber 12th, Frenson's up to 13th, Sato 14th, Barrichello 15th, Montoya 16th, Raikkonen 17th, Hakkinen 18th, Ralf Schumacher 19th, and Alex Young is in last place for the Malaysian Grand Prix. 22 laps of this circuit is going to last about 40-ish minutes, I reckon, 40 minutes. That's Gaston Matsakane is in 2nd place in the BAR. Round the fast left-right chicane, down towards the double right-hander. Very wide line there from Button. I think we're going to see quite a few wide lines that usually happen around Malaysia. Panis is in 4th place. Heavy braking towards the hairpin. Round the hairpin he goes. And it's a bit of an uphill towards a very difficult braking point here. It's a long corner of the right. And then a quick left-right chicane. This is little lift of the brakes, and then one of the hardest braking points to get right, because you're turning and braking at the same time. For one of the final corners before the two long straights. It's all line astern. Young being dropped slightly. I don't know what that car was. And Matsukane is taking the lead off of De La Rosa. De La Rosa is down to second place, but it looks like he's going to go down the inside of Matsukane, going around the first turn, and they're going to behave. And there they are. De La Rosa takes the lead again of the Malaysian Grand Prix. De La Rosa in the Jaguar. The Jaguar that has not won a race this season, the only season to haven't won a race yet. Here's how Matsukane took the lead to begin with. It's heavy braking on the last hairpin. That is a fantastic textbook overtake there from Matsukane. But it is De La Rosa now in the lead. Matsukane is in second in the BAR. Little bit of wheel spin there. May let De La Rosa get away slightly. 1.1 second gap. Button's in third. In the Jordan, Panis is in fourth. Button took a very wide line. He's been overtaken by Button. He's not even going on back on the circuit. Alonso's managed to climb 2 positions, but he crashed out of qualifying. I wonder if the bad omens will be back with him or not. Michael Schumacher, Coulthard Hill is directly behind David Coulthard. Hill in the Jordan in 8th place. Lazy is in 9th. We'll have a board with David Coulthard in 7th place. Michael Schumacher's in 6th. Alonso 5th. Button is struggling so much with that Jordan. Panis in 3rd. Matsukane looks to be doing another dive bomb on De La Rosa. Is he going to make that work? He is. And Matsukane has span. And he's being collected by the 3 cars. Button's back up into 3rd place. Panis is up into 2nd. But De La Rosa in the lead. Panis 2nd, Button 3rd. Matsukane is in 4th, with jostling for position here now. Alonso and Matsukane. Alonso going to go down the inside of Matsukane. No, he isn't. Matsukane trying to be a bit greedy on the brakes there. Did not work. Young Montoya is back down in last. Young is no longer last. Montoya is in 20th and last in the Toyota. But the BAR of Olivier Panis, 2nd place. De La Rosa leads the Malaysia Grand Prix. Panis in 2nd place. Down towards the fast right. Down towards their hairpin. Heavy braking. Round the hairpin. Tentative acceleration there from De La Rosa. Not so quick. The one corner. And it's a fast left-right. Before the 2 long straights. One of the longest straights on the F1 calendar. The crowd to the left of you under the Malaysian flyer. Around the hairpin. For the 3rd time is De La Rosa. And more acceleration. They are currently doing 147s. It's going to be a long Grand Prix if they're ready to do 147s. We're on lap 4. Matsukane with the fastest lap of the race. He's trying to recover from that earlier spin. He's probably right behind Button, but Button is one of the hardest drivers to overtake in the grid. Usually no place to overtake. Matsukane is actually nowhere near. on board with McLaren now. Alonso following behind. Coulthard is in 6th place for the McLaren. 7th is Michael Schumacher in Ferrari. Round the double right. Lazy is a full second behind Michael Schumacher. Hill 9th for Jordan. He's just outside of the points at the moment. 10th is Diniz. Frenson's directly behind in 11th place for Arrows. Oh, that was a very wide line there. Double quick left. And the right, Fisichella 13th for Renault. And Panis has taken the lead from De La Rosa. Is this around the hairpin? A lot of overtakes are happening at the hairpin. Again, heavy braking. De La Rosa leaves the room for Panis, and Panis has taken the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix. But it looks like De La Rosa's not finished. Is he going to try and make the overtake on the inside? Heavy braking. Panis leaves the door open, and De La Rosa takes the lead again of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Change of leads quite often here. Panis is in 2nd in the BAR, and Button's rounding off the podium at the moment. Accelerating now towards the left and right. Panis catching De La Rosa quite quickly to go try down the inside of the double right. To be very foolish to try and do that. He had to brake slightly. Is he going to try down the inside of the hairpin? No, he isn't. He's going to stay behind the Jaguar. Round the right. The double right-hander. And quick burst of acceleration towards the left and right-hander. There's the left. Coming up to the right. Long corner. He's got to get a good exit here to try and overtake De La Rosa. Now he's accelerating down towards the hairpin. The BAR team are ready for the pits. It's going to be probably for Panis. Heavy braking. He's not going to try and overtake De La Rosa. Instead, he's going to turn right into the pits. There's an awkward pit lane here in Malaysia. You don't really know where the pits are. But heavy braking now. And that's Young. Young in his home race. Parked on the curb, smoke pouring out. He's out of the Malaysian Grand Prix. And look at all the cars that have just gone past Panis and Alonso. But he's got a huge bit of clear air there between Fisichella. And I don't even know who's in 13th. There's no one. Is that Ralph Schumacher? It is Ralph Schumacher in what was 14th. Still is 14th, but they found the gap between Schumacher and Fisichella. It's a huge gap. And Hakkinen is ground to a halt in neutral. Not sure what's happened there. Must be a suspension failure. But he is out of the Malaysian Grand Prix as well. Hakkinen, lap 6. And confirmed over the radio, it was a suspension collapse. His button now putting the pressure on De La Rosa. And now accelerating down the back straight towards the final hairpin corner. Round the left-hander. And around the corner, Jensen Button takes towards the pit lane. Going to brake towards 80 kilometers an hour. Towards his pit box, in towards the left. And up on the jacks. Change of all 4 tyres. Refueling as well. I presume he's on a 2-stop. And away he goes. Michael Schumacher's also in the pits. And looks like he's going to be well ahead of Panis. Oh, he's coming actually. Panis is coming. You can hear his engine. There is Panis. Panis is behind Jenson Button. We're all going to be behind De La Rosa because De La Rosa... But currently a bit of a train. Frentzen, Diniz, Webber. 6th, 7th, 8th. Frentzen in the arrows. Who's in 5th? 6 seconds in front of Frentzen. Hit Lazy 4th, Coulthard 3rd. Carney's in 2nd, and De La Rosa leads the Malaysia Grand Prix still. Loads of teams ready in the pits. For the top 3 currently, De La Rosa, Carney and Coulthard all going into the pits this lap. Quite huge bits of gap. De La Rosa probably going to go out in the lead. Don't know where Carney is going to come out. Arrows are ready in the pits. I presume that's going to be for Frentzen. But we're on board with De La Rosa, our race leader, into the pits now. Takane is in the pits as well. So is David Coulthard. A Lazy is in the lead now. Hill continues for another lap as well. And De La Rosa is still being refueled. And he's being held in the pits. Matsukane is ahead. Frentzen is the person that's gone into the pits. And accelerating now. Panis has overtaken Button somewhere on the circuit. So Matsukane is in the lead again. But De La Rosa in 2nd. Got Panis in 3rd and Button in 4th on the road. It is a Lazy in the lead, Hill in 2nd. And Webber in 3rd. No, Diniz is in 3rd, Webber 4th, Fisichella 5th. Webber's just took the widest line he can ever take. And has let Fisichella go past. But is Fisichella going to go wide? Fisichella's going to go wide. Good racing between the Webber and Fisichella. Webber has managed to get back ahead of Fisichella. But Fisichella looking down the inside slightly on the Sauber. Renault ready in the pits. It's going to be for Jean Lazy. Fisichella has not gone past the sector board yet. Hill is not going into the pits. Neither is Diniz nor Webber, and obviously not Fisichella either. So Damon Hill will be taking the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Accelerating down there is Jean Lazy, and yes, he is going into the pits. Accelerating down towards the braking zone. Gear 1 down the pit lane, 80 kilometers an hour. Change of all 4 tyres, loads of cars going past the pit lane. Of course. Matsukane, Panis, De La Rosa, Button, Coulthard. Reitman, who's not pitted yet. Ralf Schumacher hasn't pitted. Alonso, Barrichello. Schumacher, not quite. Yes, he's gone through. All Sato's trying to squeeze through as well. And they're going to stay side by side. The Lazy Sato's. Good racing between these two. There's a lot of clean racing at the moment. Sato has gotten ahead of Lazy, which will not please the Frenchman because Sato is not in the position to fight. Sato is one of the back markers. Michael Schumacher is in 14th behind Barrichello. Alonso 12th. And that is Montoya off to the side of the track, out of the race. He's become the third retirement. Young, Hakkinen, Alonso all out of the race. Not Alonso. Montoya, Young, and Hakkinen out of the pits. Arrow's ready in the pits. Going to be for Ralf Schumacher. Raikkonen's also going to go into the pits this lap. Coulthard is in 9th in the McLaren. 8th place is Jenson Button in the Jordan. 8th on the road. I think he's 4th in position at the moment. De La Rosa is in 7th. Panis 6th. Mazzacane 5th. He's the next leader for now. I'm not sure if he will stay in the lead. We will soon see. Especially with all the pressure he's getting. Panis is actually in second, is in behind Mazzacane. Webber's in third, Diniz second. Hill is still not pitted. He's still out in front. The Jaguar of Pedro Diniz second place. But out in front, Damon Hill in the Jordan. Accelerating down towards the hairpin. Round the hairpin. And accelerating through the gears. Towards a bit of an awkward part of the circuit. Lots of corners where you're unsure where you're going to brake. Hill's still not going to go into the pits this lap. He has a 9-second lead over Diniz. Diniz is half a second in front of Webber. Webber's not been able to overtake Diniz at all. Fisichella is in 4th place in the Renault. 5th place Mazzacane. Mazzacane leads. Nets leads. Not sure at the moment because quite a lot of cars in front that are one stopping. I think they're going to be stopping in the next couple of laps. We're at the halfway point now. Between laps 11 and 13, the one stoppers are pitting. But Diniz, Webber. There is Mazzacane. Panis is pressuring his teammate. We don't need a repeat of Austria from the arrows between the BARs. Round the long right-hander. Accelerating towards turn 4. Awkward corner, uphill as you turn. And turn 5 and 6, two quick corners. Panis takes a wide line. Jinxing Mazzacane into a stake, maybe. Quick turn 7, turn 8, two separate corners, but pretty much double apex. And the hairpin turn 9, Panis goes down the inside of Mazzacane. De La Rosa was the best seat in the house for this. Turn 10's a really awkward corner. Turn 11's a long right-hander. And then turns 12 and 13. Two quick corners. Turn 14 comes up quickly. It's a very awkward corner. And turn 15, the hairpin corner, the final corner. Loads of people ready in the pits for loads of cars. Panis is going to go down the inside of Mazzacane. No, he isn't. I'm not sure who pitted. Someone pitted. I don't remember who pitted. Fisichella, I think, might have pitted. Alonso's going down the inside of Coulthard. Is he going to make the move stick? He is going to make the move stick on Coulthard. Barrichello is in 11th. Well ahead of his teammate Schumacher now. It is not Fisichella that pitted. It is Webber that was pitted. Fueled till the end is Mark Webber. Sato also pitted. Who's coming down the pit lane? It is not pit lane. Pit straight. It is a lazy. And he is going to be well ahead of Heinz-Harald Frentzen, who's had a very quiet afternoon as the Arrows driver. Looks like he's not going to score points, which would dent his championship challenge. Barrichello is in 10th in the Ferrari. Alonso directly in front. Alonso's the most widest line and is taking Barrichello out. He is taking, and Alonso's out as well. Both of them are out. And Schumacher is come to a car park. Both of them. Oh, they were not sure who was at fault with that. Barrichello should have given him more room. Alonso had every right to be there. They are both out of the race. It's a bad day for the Toyota team. Both the Toyotas out. Damon Hill goes into the pits. Ferrari in the pits is going to be for Michael Schumacher because Barrichello is out. That's Schumacher's second pit stop, I believe. Diniz, Mazzacane. No, Diniz is pitting as well. Button is still being fueled. Away goes Button. Coulthard's gone past, and that's going to be it. He's going to huge gap. Button is in, the tail is in 6th, Diniz 7th. Orgeman, Fisichella 8th. And Lazy is going to be behind all these. The one stopper is working at the moment. But we still have 9 laps to go in this Malaysian Grand Prix. Button 4th. De La Rosa is in 3rd. Paris is in 2nd. Mazzacane is 1st. Panis, Mazzacane. Panis looks like he's going to be pitting first again. Mazzacane is currently leading. Panis is taking the most widest line possible. Taking heavily. And turning towards the left, towards the pit lane. For the second and, I presume, final pit stop. He's definitely going to be behind Hill. I'm not sure if he's going to be behind the rest of the one-stoppers. We shall soon see. That's into the pits. Here he goes. Change of all 4 tyres. Still being fueled. Hill is going to go past any minute now. In 9, 10, and away goes Panis. 80 kilometers an hour. He's in 6th place. And accelerating now. He's definitely in front of Fisichella. He's 7 seconds behind Hill. That is the gap. 9 seconds, and the leaders have to gain 9 seconds. Button 3rd. De La Rosa is in 2nd. Mazzacane leads. How many of these are stopping in the next lap or so? Round turn 10. Or 11, I was 12, 13, 14. None of the top 3 are pitting this lap. Which is good news for the top 3 because Hill is the main target to pass. Down the long straights, lap 14 out of 22. De La Rosa looks to the inside of Mazzacane, nothing happening there. Accelerating through the gears down the pit straight. Round first corner, second corner coming up. Button is in 3rd. Coulthard 4th. Hill 5th in the Jordan, 6th. Panis not catching the Jordan at all. accelerating towards the final corner. Heavy braking around the final corner towards the pit straight. Frentzen is in 10th, Webber is in 11th. Sato 14th. 15th is Raikkonen, he's last currently. Alonso 17th. A walk of shame here, these cars are. They are all retired from the race. Young is 20th in his home Grand Prix. Matsukane leads in the BAR. BAR ready in the pits for Matsukane. De La Rosa is in second. He's not pitting this lap. Coulthard is pitting this lap. You see the signs of Visit Malaysia. Down towards the hairpin. De La Rosa looks towards the inside. He doesn't really need to do that because Matsukane is pitting. He wouldn't know that, obviously, unless he's had radio from the pits that Matsukane was pitting. Button goes past. De La Rosa with the fastest lap of the race so far. Certainly quicker than the 1:48.8. Arrows ready in the pits. That's going to be presumably for Frentzen, because he was the first of the arrows to pit. Matsukane is away. Is Hill going to be in front or behind? Hill is going to be in side by side between Matsukane and Hill. Matsukane has just edged forwards. He's one step closer to winning his third Grand Prix this season. He's managed to defeat Hill. Now he has to do a fantastic outlap to try and beat De La Rosa. But Hill has lost time. Matsukane's fueled a lot heavier than De La Rosa. He's got 100 litres of fuel in the car. De La Rosa, Button both stopping this lap. We shall soon see lap 16 who will take the lead of the Malaysia Grand Prix. Surely there'd be favourites to win the race afterwards. We shall soon see. As into the pits goes both De La Rosa and Jensen Button. De La Rosa in the pits. Are they going to be in front of Matsukane or not? Button turns into the pits first. De La Rosa is second down the road. They are the cars they're trying to beat, going down the back straight. Button is out. De La Rosa is out in front of Button. And accelerating now. There is Matsukane. There is the Jordan of Button. De La Rosa is in the lead of the Malaysian Grand Prix. Jaguar had not won all season and might have just clinched a victory here in Malaysia. First is Jaguar, then De La Rosa, second Jensen Button, third is Matsukane. But there's still 6 laps of racing to go before we find out who is victorious. Around the long right-hander. Accelerating through the gears now. Matsukane is in third in the BAR. Fourth is Hill. Panis is in fifth in the BAR. Looking good. He was looking good for the victory at one point. Now he's just in no man's land pretty much. Coulthard's in sixth. Din is seventh. And Fisichella is in 8th place. There's a Lazy that's in 8th. The other Renault's in 8th. The Lazy has passed Fisichella at some point. And a lazy is fueled till the end as well. It looks like Jordan are going to extend the lead in the title. The Renault's playing a little competition of who can get the widest. The answer was a lazy. Arrows are ready in the pits. Ralph Schumacher ready to go into the pits. He's currently in 11th place in the Arrows. Michael Schumacher is in 12th. Frentzen 13th for the Arrows. 14th is Sato. 15th Raikkonen. The fast left, fast right button in the Jordan. Losing time to De La Rosa. De La Rosa has pulled away. A significant lead here. 3 seconds. Round the right. Michael Schumacher passes Ralf Schumacher. Ralf Schumacher is still in the pits. Frenson's going to go past Ralf Schumacher. Is Sartre going to go past Ralf Schumacher? We're not too sure because the classification results have ended. Accelerating. Hill. Matsucane hits the high curb. Hill putting pressure on Matsucane here. So for the final podium position, there's between 5 points and 6 points. The difference between championship or no championship, we can only assume. Hill won the last race. Wilson has not won a race yet this season. Jordan looking to be the only team to win 2 constructor titles in the modern season, excluding the beta seasons of the championship. Button accelerating from his second position. Hill has lost time. Panis, Coulthard, Diniz, Fisichella is back ahead of a lazy. It looks like a lazy is going to have another go. Fisichella going to have a go at Diniz. It is still Fisichella 8th, lazy 9th. Webber currently in 10th place in the Sauber. At the moment, Webber looks like he's not going to score any points unless something happens between Diniz, Fisichella and the lazy. It's the fight for the final 2 points playing positions between Diniz, Fisichella and the lazy. They've got 4 laps to settle the differences. Fisichella looking towards the inside. Got to be careful of an attack from a lazy. Round turn 5. Fisichella takes a really wide line. Turn 6. Fisichella trying to defend his line. Hits the curb. Goes a little bit wide. The lazy going to hold a position. Is Fisichella going to outbrake him towards the hairpin? They're going side by side round the hairpin. Don't hit each other. The awkward acceleration up towards the fast left hand of a lazy's got the inside line, but it's still side by side. And a lazy has made the move. He's trying to block Fisichella's line. Diniz is getting away slightly. Fisichella's gone really wide, trying to get a good exit towards the back straight. A lazy stays towards the inside. Fisichella's towards the outside. Fisichella has overtook a lazy. And there we are. Coulthard 6th place in the McLaren. 5th place is Panis in front. Gill 1 towards BAR. Hill 4th. Matsucane is in 3rd. Button is in 2nd. Not sure what has happened to the audio, because the audio does not make sense towards where the cars are currently. Because it seems like they're fastly accelerating and they're actually well, Hill's just gone wide, so you know. Oh, Matsucane's gone wide as well. Is Matsucane going to it's quite distracted, to be honest, the engine noise. Matsukane's just hit the curb again. We go around gear 1. Matsukane's in third in the BAR. Down towards the very awkward corner. Round the right-hander. Button's in second in the Jordan. They're all actually catching De La Rosa slightly, but don't think they're going to challenge him in the final 2 laps. Round the hairpin. Button. Matsukane having a look down the inside of. Nothing happening there. Accelerating towards the first turn. And Buttons goes round the first corner. Matsukane is in third place. Hill is in fourth. There is absolutely no engine noise now. We do apologise for the lack of audio now. It's going to be a very quiet end to the Grand Prix. Button second, Matsukane third, Hill fourth. There is Matsukane in third place in the BAR. Fourth place is Damon Hill in the Jordan. Round turn 5, turn 6 now. They're all taking the most widest line possible. Hill has hit the gravel trap. Matsukane takes an even more wider line round that corner. But Hill has not been able to take advantage. There's 2 laps to go, including this one. We're heavy braking towards the hairpin. Nothing doing there. As we accelerate. Coulthard is in 6th. Fisichella is in 7th. Dines has managed to been overtaken by Fisichella. This is what has happened. It is round the hairpin. And Fisichella's clean overtake there on Dines. Is it going to be side by side again? No, he managed to make the move stick. Fisichella is ahead of Pedro Diniz. That was the previous lap that happened. Now we're on lap 21. Fisichella is currently in 7th. Coulthard 6th in the McLaren. 5th place Panis in the BAR. Hill 4th. Matsukane 3rd. Button 2nd. De La Rosa is 1st and will start his final lap of the race from the Malaysian Grand Prix. Up into gear 7. We're on board with the Jaguar driver now. Heavy braking around turn 1. Heavy braking towards turn 2. 67 kilometers an hour. Round the gear 3. Round 10 full button. Turn 5 coming up quickly. Matsukane's in 3rd. Not been able to make a move on button to say over. This will be the final opportunity for him to make an overtake. Down towards the... Oh, Matsukane's take a big massive wide line. Hill's in 4th. Round the hairpin for the final time. Round the long right-hander. Matsukane is in 3rd place in the BAR. Round the long left and the long right. Braking. Button looks like he might have got a good exit off of that corner. Is he going to be anywhere near enough to Pedro De La Rosa to try and make a move? Top 4 on the same screen here. Button is nowhere near De La Rosa. So around the final corner goes Pedro De La Rosa. He's going to take Jaguar's first win of the season. Pedro De La Rosa wins the Malaysian Grand Prix. Button's in 2nd, Matsukane 3rd, Hill 4th. Top 4 separated by 3 seconds. Panis finishes in 5th place, Coulthard 6th. And there's a huge gap to Fisichella. Looks like he's going to finish in 7th. Dennis holds on to 8th, and the Lazy finishes in 9th place. Mark Webber finishes in 10th in the end. 11th place, I presume, is Frentzen? No, it's Michael Schumacher in 11th. Frentzen finishing in 12th. Oh, hello, audio. The engine has just come back. Hello. 3 laps over no engine. Accelerating down the back straight. And towards Parc Ferme. And in towards Parc Ferme. Your top 4. But your race winner, Pedro de la Rosa. Pedro de la Rosa wins the Malaysia Grand Prix. Button is in 2nd. Matakane 3rd, Hill 4th, Panis 5th, Coulthard 6th, Fisichella 7th, Dinners 8th, the Lazy 9th. Webber rounds off your top 10. Michael Schumacher finishes 11th. Frentzen does indeed finish in 12th in the end. Raikkonen 13th. Nobody was lapped. I think Ralf Schumacher finished, though, Kim Sato 14th, and Ralf Schumacher finishes 15th and last on the road. Barrichello, Alonso, Montoya, Hakkinen, Younger, or your retirements. So maybe I'll be able to do the standings rather quickly. Let's see how this works. If I can do the standings quick enough, we'll be able to tell you who is going to be leading going towards the Australian Grand Prix. As we look through the lap times of all the drivers. We have Button has managed to claim a 15-point lead in the championship behind a Lazy. Frentzen stays in 3rd on 32. Fisichella's on 31. So is Matsukane and so is Pedro de la Rosa. In the constructors, Jordan are 13 points ahead of Renault now. BAR stay in 2nd. Jaguar leapfrog Arrows into 3rd place, 47 points for the Jaguar and 42 for the Arrows. The standings would have already been put up anyway, so I don't even know why I discussed that. Thank you very much for watching the Malaysia Grand Prix, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.